Hey guys, Lynx here. Sorry for the late video and the lighting, so hopefully you guys can hear me. Actually just got out of late training for work. Fun. My pack mates are pretty much in the loop on that, so they know how miserable it was every step of the way, especially when I'm wearing a monkey suit the entire time. But I wanted to still put up a message for you guys and just talk for a little bit. So, first part of this, I just wanted to give a little bit more of insight to who I am, just because there's a lot left unsaid, and I don't want it to seem like this all is about me in this blog, but I definitely want to make sure you guys know who you're following and intricacies of my life. Well, for those who don't know, I actually have a twin sister, and I'm pretty sure nobody knows this, at least not yet. But I have a twin sister, and a question that has come up in the past is if there's any relation with therianthropy and your bloodline, and including my situation where, I have a twin sister. Both born at the same time. Do we both have therian, traits and aspects of one another? And to give your guys a perspective on my experience on the whole bloodline thing is, no, I don't think that it has any bearing or effect on if you're a therian or not. And the reason why I say that is because I know my sister very well, and she is very headstrong, and although she may seem like she has qualities of a therian or of an animal, I think that's just more attributed to her personality, and I think that can be difficult to distinguish whether, personality traits are, related to specific animal traits, and if those are carrying over from your therian side, or are they not. I know for a fact my sister is not a therian, at least that's what she has claimed, and, if she is, I hope that she would tell me, but, that's something that she keeps to herself if she is. But from my experience, nobody in my family is a therian. And if you guys saw my last video on the awakening experience, that happened to me while I was sleeping. And it was something that was in a dream. So hopefully that gives you guys a little bit of insight. I do have an older brother. He's 8 years older than I am. And he actually has a different dad. My mom was originally with another man, and he was very abusive, but during that relationship, they had a kid, which was my brother, Dante. Then my dad came into the picture, ended up wooing my mom, and a couple years later had me and my sister. Then, throughout my upbringing, just to let you guys know a little bit about my childhood, I went through 18 years of hardcore family-related experiences. My family were very smothering. They wanted me to always go on vacations with them, to go and, do things after work, go see a movie, but they were very strict on grades. They were very strict in general. And I'm guessing part of that was due to my mom's Mexican heritage. And, carrying through the type of tradition that they have within their own family. In the same vein, my family is very hardcore Catholic. And when I mean hardcore Catholic, I mean they're the avid churchgoers, like once to twice a week. So that was my life, is once to twice a week of going to church, going to class. I had to give a speech my senior year towards my graduating class for my church, which was, a unique experience, and, I made the best of it, but I'm not up the Christianity track. Kudos to you that are, and I think that, religion has profound effects on morality and, just people's judgment in general. And, maybe I got turned off through the experience with my family, but being so strict up until I was 18 was a tough experience, and my family were hardcore disciplinarians, and I was not the best of children, so, and I wouldn't call my parents necessarily abusive, but they loved to take out the belt, and they loved to really show the wrongs that you did. And that went through 18 years of my life. So between the ages of 18 through where I am now, a lot changed. And I became more confident in myself because I didn't have a whole lot of self-confidence, and I didn't I didn't want to share anything therian related because in my family, in order to maintain any sort of social life or going out with friends or doing things, I had to keep it a secret. Which I built up this quality and trait of lying, and it's something I carried with me. It's not something that I have now, thankfully, with my wife. You know, she's kind of helped ingrain me out of that mentality, but lying can be a big thing, and it can be devastating, especially to yourself. If you're lying to yourself, you're going to have problems down the road. It's just going to happen. But that's my family and my life in a nutshell. Now let's talk about a little bit and real quick. I don't want to make these videos any longer than about 7 to 8 minutes, so we got about a minute and a half. Let's talk about, you know, something interesting. What's an interesting topic? Let's talk about meditation. Meditation is something that I do on a daily basis, and it's something that you know, I do in very different places. You know, sometimes I'll go on a walk and I'll go to a park and I'll sit on a slide, and you know, that's where I'll do my meditation. I'm an avid jogger, so I'll do those in the mornings. Or if I don't have enough time, you know, I'll meditate in the shower. Or I'll meditate, you know, on my bed before I get to bed. But meditation is very key because it's something that you have to do in order to discover yourself and really find your stereotypes. Now, many people ask what's the best way to meditate. And that's a common question in any community, and not just within our therian group. But meditation is where you are getting rid of all thoughts. And the best way that I found that is to sit down and listen to some type of tranquil music, something that you're centering your entire focus towards and dropping everything else out of your head. It takes time, and especially with me, I suffer from ADD, and that's something that I've suffered with for a very long time. And I cannot stay fixated on one thing in particular in my mind. Many of you may have something similar. And if you do, the best way that I found is trying to find some type of music to really hone in on. And it takes practice. Practice makes perfect. Nothing comes out easy right out the bat. So you really need patience and you need consistency. You need to be able to do it within 15, 20 minutes. You need to do that every day. And if you can't do it every day, try to do it as frequently as you can. But the better you can form a routine and the better you can stick to that habit. They say that if you can do something for 2 weeks and that formulates a habit and something that is ingrained in you, and it becomes a little bit easier to manage. For me, that's the same concept. And now while you're meditating, there's a few things that you can do to try and hone in on your stereotypes. One of those is, the best way that I can explain it, and it kind of goes back to my dream of trying to look through the eyes of your therian. You need to try and build that relationship, and the best way to do that is to find yourself. For some reason, and this is, you know, this could be different for everybody, but I found it to be better when I am trying to connect with my stereotype, my wolf. It is different because with me, I don't have any open dialogue between me and my stereotype. We are one and the same. But I feel him there, and you'll feel him or her there with you if you are successful in your meditation. You need to try and focus on looking through their eyes. If you can look through their eyes and see what they see, that's one step. And then you move further, right? And you move further into, you know, trying to visualize them and only them. And you're not going to hear a clear voice. You're not going to hear something that's going to be telling you, hey, I'm your stereotype, what's up, right? It's not something that works that way. You have to listen, and you have to have your ears open and your mind open, because it's signs that you're picking up on, and it's little things that you have to key in on. I can't tell you exactly what you're trying to key in on, and I can't tell you exactly what you're trying to look for. I can say that with time and practice, you'll find what's best for you, but consistency is key, and you need to try and do it within a 15 to 20 minute time frame. You know, if you have longer time, that's awesome. If you don't, you know, that's okay. You know, it gets easier over time, but you have to try and try and try. It took me years, and I hope this doesn't discourage anybody, but it took me years to be able to come down to a system to where I can more easily get into that meditation trance, right? And that's what you're trying to shoot for. Anyways, I know this video is a little bit long. I just wanted to say hi. Thank you guys. Hopefully this video is something that you guys continue to look at. And if you guys have any questions, feel free to let me know. And as always, I hope you, Therian brother and sisters, have a great rest of your day. And yeah, I'll leave it at that. Thank you.